Okay, story time. This is really hard to do, by the way. If anyone has ever had to do this, I'm going to be posting this to BitChute and YouTube. I don't know. I don't care about which one's better than whichever one. I'm just telling my story from the top too. Monograph, it's game over. Checkmate, motherfucker. I'm in the middle of like lawsuits right now. The dude thinks that it's a fucking game, which started off innocently enough as a game. Well, for me it did. But so I'm just gonna tell my story. I don't know how long this is gonna take. I'm gonna try to get to the chase real quick. But it is a long story. It's a 20-year-old story. And again, I feel really weird. I don't do this ever. I feel really weird just like talking to myself. So I apologize if I jump around or anything, but I'm gonna start from the top. Okay, so I'm just a nobody. I work my ass off. I've been, living my life, doing my thing. Starting from, let's start from driving. 16. Okay, so let's go back to when I was 16 years old. So I started my life off outside of school. Oh yeah, and I apologize for the weird angle. I have to charge my phone while I'm doing this. I'll probably change the angle here in a second. Again, I'm gonna try not to skip around. So when I was 16, I had cool friends. I've always had cool friends. I don't have friends now. Oh, and also, yeah, my nose is always stopped up. I have an eye problem and a sinus problem. So I don't want to sound weird about it, but it's going to be that way the whole video. So I started off normal teenager, 16, got my driver's license, got my first job at 16. This is a story about how I caught JBRamsey's murderer and how he's been stalking me for 20 years. So I'm cutting to the chase real quick right off the bat. But it's a weird, fucked up story. There's like weird things with the world is weird, and like if I told this story 20 years ago, it would sound real fucking crazy. But since the world's real fucking crazy, I guess when in Rome, just watch Rome burn, because it's the guy's a psychopath, and he does everything to cover his tracks. But can't cover your tracks with me, dude. I'm just, like people want to start their video off saying like, oh, just forewarning, I'm not suicidal. I don't know, man. I could be suicidal. Where's my gun at? Well, anyway, praise Jesus. Christ is King. I don't want to be tied to this world forever. But going through my life, right? So I'm 16, things are good. I got friends, we play video games. Let's think, back in the day there was Halo. Halo was just a video game. We played Halo. But then there was that Red versus Blue. And that was fun. I used to go over to my friend Cameron's house and watch Red versus Blue with my friends that lived there. I was 16 years old. Well, when I was about 17, I thought, oh, well, Half-Life's, Halo's, kind of Microsoft outdated. They kind of, smoked that joint. So, started playing video games, smoking weed with other friends, and started playing Half-Life 2. Well, my friend Brandon gave me a cheat code. Just getting into the console. Half-Life 2 console. Here's my book from 17 years ago. This is like some weird bizarre proof that I've held on to for 20 years. I had a cheat code, not a cheat code, just my friend Brandon, he tells me, hey, you're getting shit for lagging. Your bits per second are a little, your latency is a little not good. Go into your console and type in this code and change your frame rate. So I did. Wow. Well, my latency went up. I got better. What was the word? Quick scoping. I could quick scope. So just doing better at Half-Life 2 Counter-Strike. But I guess someone didn't like that. Someone named Dale, some 60-year-old man, 60-year-old short pedophile man, little short guy named Dale. He hacked my account. I just bought. Oh yeah, let me just give another little. The world is weird. We live in some crazy times, man. All right. And so someone got a little threatened. The motto, the thing was, if you die in Counter-Strike, you die in real life. And so I guess someone took that seriously. But I just bought in Episode 1, Episode 2, Half-Life 1. I played Half-Life 2, the game through, and was playing Counter-Strike 2, and I wanted to play Half-Life 1 and see what that one player was all about. So I bought these games, and soon enough, my accounts were hacked, and I lost my $80 worth of games. So there's think of this, there's a South Park episode where the Okama Game Sphere, they go to the ends of the earth to try and find their Okama Game Sphere and get their games. So that's really, I was like, shit, I just spent $80 on that. I'm 17 years old. I had a job with my friends, making I was more concerned about, hey, we're having fun. I'm working with my friends. When you're out here with your homies, it's, not that bad. So, I'm out there working with my homies, and all of a sudden, money, what? No, you don't just lose money. You don't just get robbed, I get stolen from in real life. I'd go and get my homies, and we go get our, get your shit back. That shit just doesn't fly, right? And so, I looked into it real hard, and I came up with nothing. I called Washington, some Steam headquarters in Washington. I was like, well, they don't have anything to do with it. But I knew it wasn't my friend. Like, my friend Brandon gave me a cheat code, or not cheat code, but just told me how to get into my console and change my frame rate. And oh, look. So look, change my frame rate, and I'm like, well, Steam doesn't have anything to do with it. They're just selling video games. Like, someone that capable hacked my account, but it wasn't Steam. So this is from 20 years ago. So it wasn't Steam, but I even got arrested at a Tom Thumb because they came out with bank cards, like bank gift cards, and then right next to them were Steam gift cards. And I just called Steam in Washington. I was looking at the, I was looking like real closely at the like, where'd these cards come from? Like, there's a bank card, and like, are they the same people making the same cards? And I had looked at one and put my hand in my pocket, and a undercover cop or something, a secret shopper, was like, "Hey, you're stealing credit cards from the shelf." I'm like, "No, I'm not, dude. Like, look, here it is, right here." I'm like, "Oh shit, it's in my hand." And then some other guy came to my defense. He's like, just walk out the door. Just walk out the door. You didn't steal nothing. Just walk out the door. So I walked out the fucking door, and cops showed up at my house and like made a big deal about it. Well, turns out it kind of was a big deal because, you know, that murder happened in 1996. But let's flash forward too, because I don't know. I feel like jumping around if you do. So about 2 years ago, I was on a forum or something, and there were some teenagers. They're talking about this guy's a pedophile, you know, like he's a fucking creepo stalker. Like, here's his docs. You know, someone fucking do something about this guy. And I'm like, well, I don't care. I was working at Love's at the time, and Love's truck stop, and it's like, I don't care, you know, like, I'll call this guy up. Called him up, and he picked up the phone. I said, "Hey, is this Steve?" He said, "Yep." I said, "Oh, okay." Click. Went down to Verizon, changed my SIM card out. So that wasn't cool, man. And here's the thing, when that happened, dude, it was just like someone splashed me in the face with water. Just splashed me in the face with water. Fear of God came over me. Just dread. And well, man, I don't know where I want to take this story. Just the fear of God. So I went to my room. I'd always waited to read the Bible till I was older and more mature, because I could never get past Genesis because of the weird genealogy stuff. And